welcome to Kuntskamera. This is a really huge building, but I want to show you what's inside. Let's go inside. Basically what Kuntskamera is that it's a museum featuring many things from the king's collection from across Russia. As I just said, Russia is a really big place, extends into Asia, Europe, and even part of the Middle East. And yeah, so kings that rule the years have these really weird items. Let's go look at them. When you first enter, you're already greeted by this odd looking thing. This is the god of hunting, and it's brought from Vietnam. Really weird. Tiger skin, horns. They got a lot of things from around the world, and they all separate to different parts. A lot of these countries are far from Russia, but they've been donated to this museum, not just from the king's collection, but donated from other countries. Countries include China, Mongolia, Korea, near and Middle East, Indochina, Indonesia, and Indonesia, and North America, Latin America, Kuntskamera. Okay, that's the camp. It's just the museum room. There's a Japan, Africa room. So basically, you got different rooms to show different things they collected from that country. Peter the Great actually started this museum in hopes of educating the Russian people about the outside world. And it kind of worked because it's still standing to this day, showing off many different things they found. He was inspired to do this when he went on his trip to Europe, and he wanted to bring as much things back to Russia to show the citizens. This exhibit over here is talking about Eskimos. As you can see, they got like a modern Eskimo with some items that they found from the Alaska, Greenland. So they got things like hunting spears, galoshes, coats, and bones of animals made into tools. So this one's about Tilinkits. So basically what the Tilinkit people did is that they made warrior equipment. These are all warrior equipment, and they all have different weird animal masks. They have all sorts of different armors. As you can see, there's cloth, and then there's the chest plates, and then there's the daggers and weird looking masks that are hard as stone, because they are stone. So these Tilinkit people are just like kind of like the Red Indians but of Alaska. You can see like all their clothing kind of looks similar to like the Red Indians. It's feathers and horns. So these are actual items of the Red Indians. As you can see, because the climate is way hotter, they practically have no clothes on. So this is the Pueblo Indians, and basically they're Mexican Red Indians, so that's why they're called Pueblo Indians. You can basically see all the items from all these different sort of people from different times. So over here, this was about the Kuntskamera history. We didn't know this Kuntskamera building was the first stone building in the city to be intended for public use, and it's the second building to be built for a museum. And here's something interesting I want to show you. You see this pine tree? Apparently it was a really weird misshapen pine tree where this museum once stood, and it had grown in 1718. So they cut it down and they like kind of just left it here. It's still here to this day, you can still see it. You'll notice many parts of this building is actually extremely old because it was built about a few centuries ago. You can go look around. This room is about the Japan exhibits. Basically, they collected stuff from the tribes of Japan and they've displayed here. Let's look at some. So they show all their different like agriculture equipment like boats and fishing nets, hoes and sickles. And of course they showed off some of their stuff that they find inside the house, like the grinders, pots and knives, traditional tea sets and plates and chopsticks. They show different types of styles of houses. Very interesting. The next one is about Arctic nomads. If you don't know what nomads is, basically tribes that keep on moving. They settle for a while, but obviously they will keep on moving, driving their herd and stuff, bringing all their things with them. So they show all like these like formations and different tents and houses and sleds. So if you didn't know, these are all actual like modern photos. These people still exist, and they have like, they just keep on doing this just so they can, you know, live. All these animals that they keep on moving. So this is the Africa segment. Basically, it talks about the different tribes' belongings, like cooking ware, clothing, tribe and prayer items. Let's go look around. This will show like different roles of the tribe. Like this guy is a blacksmith, makes different metal items. And this was the hunter, the one that gets your food, you know. Respect him, he gets your food. You cannot live without food. The next room shows off their scientific discoveries. The business here's a real human skeleton of a giant. He's 2 meters tall. You can see a baby's head, baby lungs, a real baby's heart, and of course, why not, his spine. Then they got skeleton babies and shrunken baby heads and shrunken conjoined twins. This is getting really scary. This is Sir Peter's the first collection of monsters. And basically, he encouraged the public to give him deformed babies and animals for payment. At the top floor, there's the Mikhail Lomonosov's laboratory, so you can see all his like sort of science tools like telescopes, mirrors, and everything. Let's just go look around, show you around. So welcome to the Indonesian segment. Basically it shows off Indonesian tribe items. Let's go look around. The segment next to the Indonesian segment is the Indian segment. Let's go look around and see what the Indians had. The last item in this room is this huge balcony or something. I'm not sure how they fit in here, but it's just a gigantic balcony. This room shows off Indochina, or just, you know, Malaysia, Thailand, and Burma, Myanmar, all those countries that are near mine. This room is from Korea, so you can see all Korean things that they have collected. Then they also got models of their house, like every other exhibition, as you can see. Oh man, it's not bad. There's your chairs, a stove, a bed, everything. It's very nice and cozy. Welcome to the China segment. We have all Chinese things, including a Chinese coffin. Oh. In China, you got Chinese things, like a Chinese outer temple, and then Chinese paintings and Chinese houses. So this is all his stuff from the Middle East, as you can see. Things from like places like Mecca and Arab. And we're at the back exit of the museum. It's a nice garden. There's some concrete plaster decorations of these Mayan head thingies. It's quite a nice place to sit, especially when this is nice like brick layer plant garden here. It's very nice. But back you also see some old Soviet houses before the war. Still very broken and old. Next to the museum is the rostral columns. It's two identical columns that show the strength of the army. Alright, so we're gonna get closer to it and we can see it soon. So over there you can see the first rostral column, then over there in the middle you can see a park with some roses and trees, and then all the way to the left you can see the second rostral column. Between the two identical rostral columns is the park, as I just said. Many beautiful flowers, trees, and then there's like sort of a like statue of an anchor in the middle, and it's pretty cool. And like behind the park is this. As you can see, we are next to the river, and the waves are just smashed up against the landing here, so boats can park here, but there are none here. It's high tide now, so the waves are just splashing up onto the landing. It's a nice place to walk. Alright, let's go back and see the rostral column. And from down here we can see the rostral column. Look at it, very nice. Alright, we've crossed Palace Bridge again, and now we're back on the other side. Now we're in front of the Russian Navy HQ again. Very cool. It's actually, oh, there's an anchor below here. It's cool. And we have taken another round around the Admiralty, and now we're on this side. And on this side is the park and the water fountain. Very cool. Welcome to the restaurant Tandoor Indian food. Let's go and see what's inside. The first thing we got is onion bhaji, which is basically fried onions. Let's see what we have next. So first of all, we got some rice. This was served on our plate direct. And then over here we got some garlic naan that we ordered. And finally we have our butter chicken curry and then our Rogan Josh. And we are back at the hotel. What up? It's me again, and I want to sleep. I say this every night, but I genuinely want to sleep. Isn't that right, Mom?
Actually, I want to lie down in bed and play Instagram and Facebook.
Actually, that's you, Mom.
No,
I sleep earlier than you.
Yes, yes.
No, don't lie, Mom. You play Instagram until like 12 o'clock. Anyways, I want to end the video here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next episode. Goodbye.